Hi everyone, this is Sunette here in this video to discuss the experience of missing someone. So recently, this particular experience of missing someone opened up, and I wrote about it in a first blog in in my blog called Real Moments with Me, and I'll also add the link to the description box within this video, where I discussed the first dimension of missing someone. And this first dimension being where you go through the experience of missing someone, but then what happens is you suppress that experience of missing that person. Whether it is the person had passed away, or your paths had separated, or the person was just away for a little while, and you'd gone through that experience of missing them, where you suppressed it in the sense of, oh my God, but I shouldn't be missing them, or, like judging that experience inside yourself for some reason or another. But I would suggest to check out the blog because I walk that dimension in detail within it. In this video, I would like to discuss the other dimension, which is where you make that experience of missing another person very emotional. Very emotional, meaning that you miss them, and then you let the emotions of missing them overwhelm your thoughts and your general experience, to the point where the missing can also go into a depression of sorts. So here I'd like to open up and explore that particular dimension of why that happens, and how you can assist and support yourself when that happens. So firstly, in terms of myself as well, I've been through both dimensions, where I've missed someone and judged myself for missing them. And then I've also gone through the dimension of missing someone and then going into the depression of missing them. So what opened up for me in terms of investigating and introspecting that for myself was that I got so caught up in the emotions and the experiences of missing them, that I held on to only that experience and all the emotions involved. Like for me, what came up inside of me was, sadness, longing, like this, a loss almost, interestingly enough. And in my mind, I just got so caught up with that, and so overwhelmed in that missing that person, that it kind of took over my conscious and subconscious mind space. So I became the embodiment of the experience of missing someone. So what I found is, it's like missing someone can go one or two ways, where you either judge it and then suppress it, like kind of keep it out of your conscious and subconscious mind, but then, it'll still be experienced in your unconscious. And then, the other dimension going into the other direction, where you become completely consumed by it. And then it takes over your conscious and subconscious mind experiences. So what I did was to assist and support myself, to forgive myself for a moment getting lost in the experience of missing that person, or missing that someone. And then what I did was to list the emotions that I was going through. So, for example, when I saw that this experience of missing someone, really took over my mind, my daily life experience, I would take a breath and sat down, listed all the emotions, like, for example, sadness, longing, missing, loss, and, everything else that came up within me. And then just forgave myself for accepting and allowing myself to become so immersed and so lost within those emotions and those thoughts and those projections. And then took a step back and asked myself, okay, what can I learn from this missing? What is it about this person that's creating these experiences in me? What about my relationship with him did I not yet realize or see? Or mostly, what is it that I took for granted? This is something interesting that I found in this dimension, that there was actually things in my relationship with him that I took for granted. And I wasn't honest within myself about how much I valued and appreciated and was grateful for so much of them. So then took a step back and asked myself this question: what is it about them that I've been taking for granted? What is it honestly about them that I enjoy, that I appreciate, that I'm grateful for? And then, what started opening up was how much the person was supporting me, how much of the little things I actually enjoyed and appreciated, and how much it added and contributed to me and my life. And from there, what I did was, from these things that I realized that I've been taking for granted, I started celebrating them more. Celebrating meaning that when the person returned, or mostly I went through this particular dimension of missing someone, especially after the loss of someone close to me. There were about 3 significant people in my life who passed away, and where I went into this experience of missing, to the point of it becoming emotional and almost depressing inside myself. And then I realized that, look, they are already gone. I can't do anything about it now. These are the things that I'd taken for granted in my relationship with them. But what I will commit myself to do and assist and support myself to do is that with any new person that comes into my life who I'm creating a long-term relationship with, I commit myself to be honest with myself in relation to what I appreciate about them, what I value about them, to notice, how and in which ways they contribute to me in my life, and to be aware of that. And within that, to share it with them, to speak up about it, So it's fascinating that from the deaths that I've faced in my life with people close to me, and going through these depressive emotions of missing them, it has actually given me a great gift, which is that with all the people who's come into my life since then, there's one thing that I've made a constant, and that is to always be aware and be grateful for the little things, and to share it with them. So now, when a new person comes into my life and, we have a long-term relationship that's being developed, I'm more open about, look, I'm grateful for your support. I enjoy the moments of laughter I have with you. Or, sometimes when you just ask me, how are you? I appreciate that, and I notice that. So maybe from within this, have a look at what I have learned when missing someone, and it goes to the emotional, depressive side, is that a point that opens up within that is to have a look at what is it that you did take for granted in the relationship. What is it about the relationship that you didn't actually notice or appreciate or value, and that were always, right there, right in front of you? And to from there assist and support yourself in committing yourself to have a look at your relationships in your life. Don't always only focus on the bad. Have a look at really writing out for yourself, what is it about the relationships in my life that's really actually supporting me, assisting me, contributing to me and my life and my process. To hold to that and strengthen that about yourself and your relationship with another person. That makes the relationship so much more valuable, so much more worthy of yourself and one another. And within that, celebrate the things more of where it is that that you're helping yourself and another, and how they're helping you in the relationship as a whole. All right. Thank you very much.